What's good, everyone? It's me, Yolow here, and today we're going to be doing predictions for GBB 2025 solo category. So we have a little setup right over here, and basically I'm going to be going through each one of them and just kind of predict, or not really predict, but give my top 8, and then we'll just go from there. I won't get too brackety or kind of like specific. I'll just put in some strong ones. So I mean, this is just going to be a basic discussion. So yeah, again, before we get it going, I just want to let y'all know, let me know who y'all think is going to be the top 8. And as I get through the list, I'm going to be even more and more picky when it comes to who makes it and who doesn't. So just disclaimer, again, I'm going to be a little bit all over the place. But no, yeah, I'm super excited, and let's just get it going. Again, drop your top 8 down below before I get it going. I feel like my first 2 are very, very, very easy, okay? I'm gonna give the first 2 to Mr. Napalm, and I'm gonna give it to Wing, okay? These 2 beatboxers are so incredible. Their GBB, performances in the past years, they've been really consistent. You know, Napalm is already a GBB champ. He's competed multiple times in many GBBs. 2023, he got second place. He got vice champion twice. I think once in 2023 and once in 2016, one in 2017, and overall he's probably going to be the top dog for this competition. Okay, he's an absolute beast. And then we have Wing, who has been more into GBB recently. I think he made it in 2019, but he couldn't because of his military duty. But he got third place in GBB 2023. He got top 8 in 2024, and I think he'll easily slide in from the eliminations. And I feel like since the eliminations are very it's something that Wing shines in, and his consistency in the elimination is something you also got to recognize. He got third place in the last 2 years in a row. Oh, I have something on my face. Oh my goodness. I think he got third place in 2023 and 2024. So I think Wing is a very, very, very easy option. There's also another option. Those are like 100% definites for me. Now I'm kind of gonna slide in who I think will make it. Yeah, I think the next people I'm gonna give you guys 2 right now. Okay, one of them you guys might hate me on. You might hate me on both of them, but one of them I'm pretty positive he'll slide through, and the other one y'all are gonna be a little bit iffy with me, but y'all gotta hear me out. The next 2 I have is Codfish, and that's the wrong one. And I have, we copy this one. I have King Inertia. I feel like these 2 are a solid slide through. I feel like Codfish is, again, just an absolute dog, especially on the eliminations. I feel like a lot of these people have like a lot of variety and very cool techniques, but Codfish can really bring a vibe. And I feel like since he's so seasoned in beatboxing, let's also remember 2018 GBB champion, and he was top 4 in 2019. Okay, and even though he's been gone for a little while and he's competing now again, I still think this will be a cinch for him. Okay, Codfish seems to have very iconic eliminations, and I want to talk about 2018 was really sick. He did incredible on that stage. I don't remember the ranking. I know in 2019, even though he ranked 7th, his performance, his elimination is so iconic. The "we are going under." I feel like Codfish is gonna bring vibes and moods that none of these beatboxers are gonna do, just because they aren't as seasoned as him. And I feel like others that can bring it is maybe like Napalm, okay, but in his own way. But Codfish is really gonna bust a vibe with the crowd, and I feel like it should be very, very easy for him to slide through. Even though, even though I feel like he is a very simple beatboxer, and I feel like a lot of people were not happy with that when it came to Oceania. I feel like a lot of people were a little bit miffed about him. They thought, but still, I believe Codfish is gonna bring it over. Actually, no, I would like to take that statement back. I think Codfish, journey through Oceania was like, holy shit, yeah, this guy is still a beast. And yeah, he's still able to perform some cool vibes, some great energy, nice melodic tunes, and still bring some power and some beatbox energy that these other guys can bring. Now, I will say, I'm not sure if he's gonna bring the same like crazy power and energy, like an example of maybe like let's say like Black Roll, you know, or like Napalm. I feel like them two are extremely just strong. Okay, they are stupid strong on a stage. Okay, and I feel like I'm not sure if he will. I do know he's a powerful-ish beatboxer, but I still think he'll bring the vibes. Next, again, I think y'all might be a little bit iffy on this, but for me, I think it's very, very clear, and I can see King Inertia sliding through the eliminations. Okay, I feel like all he needs to do is, because I feel like even recently he's been in the past couple years been kind of freestyle-y ish in some moments where it's kind of awkward, some of the transitions. But I'm telling you, if this guy just prepares, this guy can do anything. He can beat everyone and he can win this competition. Okay, because I feel like preparation is a little bit like something that we see from his performances, especially in these last couple of years, and we've been kind of like, okay, what's happening? So and you can tell that between let's say like GBB2021 or what is it? He had this one competition he performed in Sounds Unreal. That's one where I feel like he prepared a good amount. So yeah, I feel like King Inertia will be able to slide through the elimination, and I feel like another reflection of that is if you watch his GNB Great North Beatbox Battle Journey, which made him qualify for this event. I believe that he was able to bring a lot of weird sounds that we haven't seen in King Inertia's repertoire, but he was able to make him work. And I was seeing some, oh shit, King Inertia qualifying for this event, he's going to be an issue. Okay, I feel like a lot of people might not think he isn't an issue. I think he will be a very strong competitor in this competition. Okay, so I will let King Inertia slide through. And you got to realize, he was first place in 2021 GBB, which I honestly think is the most stat GBB with people like what Collapse, River, Napalm, Gene, etc. Right? Crazy stacked, and this guy was able to rank first. And I feel like if he can just bring the same energy, then it will be a cinch for him. So yeah, I feel like these four I'm really confident in. Now I'm gonna throw some names around because I feel like there's one guy who I think is gonna be very because there's a lot of, I think I'm gonna start eliminating now because I see one guy that I really like, but then I look at the list and I'm like, holy shit, I have to squeeze everyone into a top 4. Now I'm gonna start eliminating, and as unfortunate as it is, these two I'm gonna have to eliminate. I'm gonna have to eliminate Exalos and Dropical. Don't get me wrong, these guys are incredible and crazy beatboxers, but they are too new to this stage. Especially I know Dropical was recently in Florida and he could have corrected his mistakes, and I don't know, because if he felt kind of weak. Even Exalos, I feel like Exalos was also in Florida and he still has some very cool stuff, but I feel like Florida, they did not do as the best as they could in Florida, and I feel like the competition was really tough, and I feel like this is even tougher. And I feel like even if you have so much experience, I'm gonna have to dock some of you down just because you don't have GBB experience, because GBB experience is different from anything other experience, because the stage is so just impactful. And you see this with many beatboxers, even the best of the best, the pros, the cream of the crop. They will come into GBB for their first time and they will be scared because the crowd is nuts. Okay, you gotta realize, the biggest beatbox performance in the world. I feel like they can still perform and do some crazy stuff, but I think it will be a little bit too overwhelming, and I think it will be, just not their time yet. I do see them coming in the next installment, and it's nice to see them qualify for this, but again, what I think their chances of making it to elimination is kind of But you gotta realize, guys, GBB, anything can happen. Anything can happen. So those are my two so far. There's also another one I want to eliminate, and I hate to eliminate him because I love him, but I'm gonna have to eliminate. Oh, we're gonna put this X back. There we go. I'm gonna have to eliminate Max. Max is really good and really sick, but he seems to have some issues when it comes to the live stage, and he does have GBB experience, but I feel like live is a little bit of a different story for him compared to online. I feel like Max is still yet to prove that he's able to come out on a live stage and absolutely dominate. And I feel like, man, I wish I had another example of him battling, because I know he was a little bit deterred and he kind of came back into beatboxing, especially the GBB. I think he was still beatboxing, but GBB especially, he was a little bit deterred and dropped out of 2023 because of, well, being called weak on stage and all that stuff. He recently battled Joulard, which honestly, I'm not gonna base it on him. Hey, top 16 versus Joulard, it's tough. Again, I don't think you can do much against that. But yeah, I will have to eliminate Max. Another person I'm not really expecting to pass. I feel like he is really, really good, but again, it's gonna be fairly close. I feel like Steady is not gonna make it. He performed last year really well, but I feel like there was just something off with his energy that just didn't make him shine through on the stage. And again, maybe his style is not I would say his style is pretty well suited. I saw him compete in Korean beatbox and he sounded really good, but I don't know, in a 4-minute elimination, I don't see Steady kind of showing off. I don't know. I remember him last year, and I remember he had one cool moment, but everything other than that just sounded weak compared to other competitors. So yes, now that we have this broken down, again, another guy is, again, anything can change, and I was proven wrong by Helium last year, but just based on recent history, I'm gonna have to, oh my goodness, I'm going to have to take Den out. Again, the consistency for him qualifying for this event is just insane. What, 2021, 2023, 2024, and now 2025. Guys, 4 years of just straight elims, and he can still come in and destroy and qualify. But again, I'm just gonna go based on recent history. He has not qualified it yet in the past, so I'm just gonna say, hey, I don't think he's gonna qualify in this competition. So yeah, I still have to let 4 pass through, and this is really hard. I feel like, because I don't know what these guys are going to do, just because it's really tight. And I don't want to take him off. He's my favorite. I'm gonna be rooting for him, but again, non-biased, I can't be biased. I'm gonna have to take out Pono, unfortunately. Pono is so sick. He is just, oh my goodness, on stage 2. But I feel like I just don't have high hopes of him making it past, just because of the amount of competition we have on this list. And he does have GBB experience back in 2023, which was still a very good performance, but even still, I don't have a lot of confidence that he would slide through. But again, anything can happen. Again, I want to reiterate that anything could happen. I did this type of video last year, and I got, what, 4 out of the 8 correct for people who passed through. So yeah, now I want to throw this guy in because I've been looking at him the whole time, and I feel like if this guy, because I feel like if he plays his cards correctly, I think he will easily slide into the battles. Okay, and I think my guy, and even in the past I was a little iffy about him, but last year really proved to me that this guy can be a capable threat, especially in this stage. I have the first place wildcard winner. I have Kaji, okay? And now, last year, I feel like was really good. But now, I think all Kaji could do is, I think he should follow Abo Ice's kind of structure when he does his elimination. So Abo Ice, if you guys don't know, he will do his wild card because of the familiarity of it, and then the last minute or so, he'll do a really sick beat he has. Honestly, if Kaji just does his wild card, maybe extends it a little bit longer to fit the elimination, and then the last beat he does, maybe the last minute is what was the beat he did against Wing? The very hard core beat. Y'all know what I'm talking about. If Kaji just pulls up with that very hardcore beat that he did against Wing, and it's so popular, it got what, millions and millions of views on the internet. It was just an incredible, what is it, routine. Let me think. Base Factory, I think it's something like that. But No, honestly, if he does his wild card that made him first place, so we know that he's first place. We are familiar with his first place wild card and how skilled and incredible it is, and does what base factory. I think he will pass through the elimination with ease. It's not even a comp. It's just light work. It'd be very, very light work for him. So yes, I will say I think I have Kaji passing. Now here's the hard part. These 5 guys are very interesting, okay? I have what, 3 slots remaining. Guys, this is kind of tough. I think one guy I have to give it to immediately is I just have to give it to Osis, okay? I have to give it to Osis. Osis was so incredible during last year. I had no idea he was gonna get second place. Honestly, I thought he wasn't gonna qualify in the elimination because of past history. But again, I think Osis, if he plays his cards correctly, he will be able to pass the elimination. So yeah, I will give it to Osis. Now, this is where I have a bit of an issue. I have to let in 2 more people in my eyes, because this is what I see, okay? I definitely can just put Remix and Abo Ice, and that's a day. But Pac-Max and Black Roll, I feel like are so formidable and so well prepared. I feel like they will come on stage and they can still take a slot. Black Roll especially is so well prepared in every competition. When he joins a competition, his intention is to win. He is just bloodthirsty on victory, okay? And we gotta remember, last year he was 9th, barely 9th place, barely qualifying. He lost a 3-2 decision for Remix getting 8th place. So it is very, very close. And I still see Black Roll. And also Pac-Max. Pac-Max also had GBB experience last year. And even though he didn't qualify, I felt like the routine he used was kind of meh. So I don't know. I still see him as qualifying too. Also a very, very incredible beatboxer. Guys, this GBB is kind of insane. And then we have Abo Ice. And here's where I'm a little bit reluctant to put him on my pass, okay? I think I might put him on my pass because in recent histories, Abo Ice, and I have to go based off of that. And I can't go based off my personal bias, because I feel like in GBB 2023, he brought a very popular routine. Was the I tried it's eyes insane, whatever. That routine was so crazy and so recognizable on stage. Everyone was hyped because of it, right? The second routine he brought, he got 5th that year in eliminations, okay? The next year, smashed it out the park, okay? Went absolutely dummy insane, okay? Abo Ice went crazy, got first place, and it was well deserved. The air by my desert was sick, okay? Now, if you guys have been paying attention, you will now notice that Abo Ice in past years has used his wild card, and then the last minute he will just do a crazy beat. He did that in 2023, which is insane wild card, like the I tried, right? That routine. He did that, which was his wild card, and then brought a really crazy beat in the end, last minute. This 2024, he brought the Desert Arab in my desert, whatever, right? He brought that beat, and again, his wild card as well. And then an insane beat for the last minute. Now, here's the thing I have with Abo Ice. I am very confident that he will do his wild card for this competition. I'm very confident in that. I really like his wild card, but compared to other years, I'm a little like, it's cool. I'm interested to see how some of it will hit. A lot of stuff will hit, and I feel like it's incredible. The last part, which I think is really technical and really cool, but I feel like it's very easy to mess up on stage, and I'm a little bit reluctant. But again, other than that, I have to go by his past achievements. I feel like I have to give it to Abo Ice. I really have to, okay? So I'm going to give, oh my goodness, I just keep messing it up. I am so sorry, guys. I have to give it to Abo Eyes just because of past years, okay? Now I have to let one person in and look at my options. Are you guys serious? I don't know what you want me to do about this, okay? I am kind of stumped, to be honest, because I feel like all these guys can make it in, you know? I feel like in another person's list, I see all of these guys in, but I don't know, man. Remix's third place run was absolutely incredible. I don't know how he will do on stage though. I'm just because Remix and Black Roll are so well prepared every single year, okay? Pac-Max also, but I feel like Remix and Black Roll, like you see that, like there's like an intensity I kind of see behind the scenes. Remix is always just on that shit, and so is Black Roll. I see him getting really emotional every event when it comes to beatboxing because he really prepares, and all of these guys do. That's why they're in this position. But man, I really have to give it to some of these guys. It's so hard. I have to give it to someone, and I honestly have no idea who. This is very hard. I feel like they can all bring in a very intense energy, but I feel like they are limited to a sound that's kind of like, okay, whatever, it's cool, but I don't know how it works to a 4-minute elimination. So I'm not gonna lie, these guys, their elimination last year, I feel like they all have something similar, and they have one sound that they just had kind of peeking out for majority of the round. Like Remix, of course, the Emerald bass. I feel like Black Roll has his like lip basses and lip wobbles, and then Pac-Max is kind of the lip roll, of course. So I don't know, I just feel like depending on the routine they bring, and that's the thing, I'm looking at my past options and I'm like, should I get rid of one of the guys I already gave a spot to? Because man, I don't know, this is so hard. I literally have no idea who to pick. Okay, I'm just gonna throw an X on there because I feel like I have to. I am going to say, but I think he will qualify. Guys, I'm so sorry. I'm really dragging this, but I honestly have no clue. Okay. I was going to put an X on Pac-Max, but I see him as qualifying. Like, it's... shit. You know what? I'm just going to put an X on Pac-Max. No, but I think he's going to qualify. Shit, I don't think it's that deep. I think I just have to give it to someone. I think I would just give it to the green check to... Oh. I'm gonna have to give it to Remix. I'm just going to give it to Remix. I feel like only because of the fact that he got third last year. Okay. Sorry, I'm looking at my list. Yeah, I will only give it to the fact because he got third and just went crazy last year and blew my expectations. I feel like he was strong for top 8 last year, but third place is insane. Okay, coming off a third place victory at GBB is very very good. So yeah, and that's gonna eliminate the last two, Black Roll and Pac-Max. Again, I see these two being a very close in, but I don't know. It's so hard. The people on this list are just so talented. Okay. Now I have to pick, I guess, a top 4. I feel like I want to give, because this is interesting. Because a lot of the, the whole elimination is different from battles, right? Even though I was so reluctant on putting Remix in, like he was very close. He was probably last place for me with this competition or making this prediction. But even still, I still see him completely destroying all of these guys, majority of these guys, when it comes to a battle, okay? I will say right now, one guy that sticks out to me right now is I have to remove Codfish. I don't personally believe he's gonna make it past the quarterfinals. I think he will make it elimination, but I don't think he'll make it past the quarterfinals. Also, some other person I have to eliminate. I think I will also eliminate. Y'all are gonna hate me, but I'm gonna have to eliminate Kaji as well. I feel like he had a big of a surprise factor last year because of and again, it's all about the matchups at this point. I'm not gonna be doing no matching ups, okay? That would be easier, but I'm just gonna go through it. I feel like Kaji was going into it last year as a underdog, and a lot of people did not expect. Again, I did not expect him at all to qualify, but for him to make top 4 was very, very huge. But I feel like since we know this crazy intense sound he does, the nasal, I don't know what it's called, okay? But I feel like just because we know Kaji at this point, I'm not sure if he's gonna slide in from the battles. Again, it depends on who he faces. It really does depend. Like, I can see Kaji going against Osis and just beating Osis, but then I don't know. I will say though, I want to keep Napalm, I want to keep Wing, and I want to keep King Inertia. Guys, if you see him in GMB, King Inertia was like insane, okay? I'm telling you, if this guy just prepares some routines and some ideas instead of just going out there and just popping off. Again, it does work majority of the time, but especially in this competition, I have to be a little bit picky, okay? And I almost want to eliminate him just because of that fact. Because there's sometimes where I just feel like he isn't prepared as, others could be. So, yeah, I'm interested. I will say, though, I am going to eliminate... unfortunately, I'm going to have to eliminate Abo Ice from here. I really like him. Again, his beats are sick, but I think me not hearing anything new for him, especially from last GBB, like he did even the 7 Smoke, and I wasn't hearing any new routines that he was bringing. He was using a lot of old routines that we heard already. So I feel like he will bring a lot of new stuff, but again, I'm just not entirely sure. So I will eliminate Abo Ice. Now we have these 5, and I have to eliminate 1 to make it into the top 6. Again, it's all about matchings at this point. Like, I can see Napalm destroying everyone here. Y'all are gonna hate me. I'm a little bit reluctant about Wing, depending on the sound system. I feel like last year was a little bit weird when it came to the sound system, but he can still bring a battle. I want to keep Wing in though. I think I want to hold Osis in. Yeah, I want to hold Osis in just because of what he showed me last year was a lot of cool stuff, a lot of substance, I loved it. So I want to keep Osis in, and I'm in between Remix and King Inertia. I feel like if Remix went up against King Inertia, I feel like Inertia would win. I'm gonna have to eliminate Remix, and I know Remix is good at counters and everything, but I don't know, it's not the same with the OG. So yeah, this is my top 4: Osis, Wing, Napalm, King Inertia. Ooh, this is hard. I honestly, if I had to say if there would be a final, because I'm trying to think. I'm not sure about Wing's variety. I still think he can bring a lot of stuff depending on his preparation. I will have to get really nitpicky at this stage of the competition in this prediction. And my pickiness is saying if Wing is really making a commitment to tag team, I don't know how Solo would be when it comes to his preparation. So I don't really know. I'm a little bit unsure with Wing. Again, I don't think Napalm's gonna prepare, especially since he has a baby now. So I am not sure of him really preparing a lot, but I still think he can make it to the final light work. absolutely light work. I wouldn't be surprised if he made it to the final. King Inertia, I still see him. I think I see King Inertia in the small final right now. Oh, yeah. I think I see him in the small final. Again, it depends who he faces up against. I'm not confident with Wing in these semifinals, okay? I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. When I think of a battle, don't get me wrong, Wing is cool, but in my mind, when I see Osis versus Wing, might be a bit of a hot take, but I see Osis beating Wing in a battle, okay? I see if King Inertia prepared some good stuff, then I can see him beating Wing in a battle, but actually that's debatable. I don't know. I think honestly, I think I'm gonna go for Wing and King Inertia in the small final. Oh, well, I don't know though, because I feel like I'm thinking about Osis, and I feel like when you're second place in GBB, don't get me wrong, that's really, really cool, but when we see a lot of, I mean, well, we saw Yolow come back and won after being second place, but guys, I don't think you know how hard it is to prepare so much new stuff compared to last year, okay? Because what is it? You really, really, really have to grind, okay? Because what? A year is not a long time to be able to create a whole new, sets of routines, okay? Osis went through the whole ringer, okay? Elim's 6 battle rounds, okay? All original, all sick, all have their own themes. Really, really cool. But in a year to form, potentially 6 rounds in an elimination is very, very, very hard, okay? I feel like majority of people know routines are not just like it takes me a week, a month or two. No, routines take a while to really, really build up. And I feel like Osis he used everything from last year. He still has a lot of stuff, but I feel like there's a lot of other stuff that I don't know, it's just a little bit harder preparation wise compared to these other guys. So I think I will get rid of Osis, though I do see him in the small final. I mean, at this point, yeah, he's gonna be in the small final. So we will get rid of Osis. Oh, there's another check mark on Osis. Interesting. We'll just put the X mark right over here. There we go. And now I'll have to also eliminate. Ooh, I think Napalm is clear. Honestly, I can see a final between Napalm and King Inertia, but I think I will have to give it to Wing versus Napalm. I feel like that's the safest option I can go to. And finally, my winner, I think Napalm is winning GBB this year. That is my prediction. I feel like, I don't know, bro has a kid, a newborn. That is a lot of work, not physically, but excruciating mentally. So I don't know how he's going to go into GBB. I don't know what his preparation is when he goes into competitions, especially with a wide scale like GBB. I don't know what he did for 2023. 2023, it didn't seem like it seems like he just went in there, had fun, and whatever. He did his thing. And that's how he qualified, you know? 7 Smoke last year, he just came in, did his thing, won it. Like, it's light work for him. So, I don't know. Maybe the baby might affect his mental state, because, again, having a kid does a lot on the mind. But, again, who knows? Who knows? I will give it to Napalm. Let me know your predictions below. Sorry, I know last time y'all were getting... I was getting, a little bit of arguments about the way I kind of picked who I had passing through. I feel like as I got later into the top 4 and top 8, I had to be a little bit more pickier. But yeah, I'm pretty solid. I'm pretty solid and confident about my top 8. I see Napalm, Wing, Codfish, King Inertia. This is my top 8. Okay, Wing, Napalm, King Inertia, Osis, Remix, Codfish, Kaji, Eyes. I'm probably going to be wrong, but we'll see in retrospect if I guessed, hopefully a majority or at least half right. Last year we got 4 out of 8 correct, so we're hoping for 5. So yeah, let me guys know your predictions down below. You already know. I'm Yolow, and I'll check you guys out next time. Peace.